Good afternoon and welcome back to a Transportation Tuesday on Adventures for Anyone. Now, why am I discussing this beautiful icon of Brooklyn, the Manhattan Bridge, in today's video? Well, let me tell you folks, it's a beautiful, massive bridge, and there's some very special things about this bridge, and they are very key to transportation around New York City. So, let's go. Number one, the Manhattan Bridge was built back in 1909. It is the first of its kind. It's a Warren Truss suspension bridge, and it was always designed for some pedestrian traffic, as you can see by the beautiful entryway to the pedestrian walkway on the bridge. Now in Brooklyn, where I got on the bridge, you can see the entrance to the Brooklyn Bridge from the Manhattan Bridge and vice versa. You'll see a map later that will show why that is and why it's not in Manhattan. But here's the special things about this bridge. You can see that the subway runs across it. Now that's very unusual in New York. Most of the time they go under the river. But here you have 4 subway lines, count them 4, on the Manhattan Bridge. And in between those subway lines, there's 3 roadways, 3 lanes of traffic. But that's not all, folks, because there is an upper level on either side, but not in the middle. And there are 2 roadways on each of those upper levels. You also have a pedestrian walkway on the south and a bikeway on the north. Now, the Manhattan Bridge is, once again, it's just a beautiful bridge. The subways that run on this bridge are the M and the Q on the south side and the B and the D on the north side. They run all hours of the day and night. As you walk over Dumbo, you come up and you start seeing the workings of this bridge, this cement decor on one side and this metal structure on the other side. It's reminiscent of the Queensboro Bridge we walked earlier this year, which also was opened in 1909. So this bridge, despite the graffiti and the horrible little vandals that put it there, once you get up on this bridge, you start getting this beautiful view of the East River, South Manhattan, the Brooklyn Bridge, and Dumbo. It is a beautiful view from up above. And then right on the other side of you, all of this is going on with the subways and everything over here. It's absolutely incredible. And that's why it's on Transportation Tuesday, because of all the transportation. Here you have the ornate metalwork that's on these towers that hold up this fantastic bridge. There are 2 of them. They are enormous and they are beautiful once you get up close and personal, despite all the graffiti. But on these towers, you will see the dedication plaques to the designers and builders of this bridge. Now here you have the amazing view going on. Look out there. And there's what you get on the Manhattan Bridge. This is why so far it's my favorite bridge, because you get a view of the Brooklyn Bridge. What don't you get on the Brooklyn Bridge? You don't get a view of the Brooklyn Bridge. And another thing I really like about this bridge is it's mostly locals walking this bridge. The tourists are over on the Brooklyn Bridge, which gets very crowded. You saw it in the video I made over on the Brooklyn Bridge. There's people absolutely everywhere. Up here on the Manhattan Bridge, people are using it, but it's not nearly as crowded. And even though it's fenced in, there are many places that you get this open view. There's spots for viewing left open for you. And it is just beautiful and serene up there, and you really can't beat it. And at the same time, you feel like you can almost reach out and touch the N train going by behind you. So it is a really interesting dichotomy you have up here on this bridge. And once again, we're seeing the beautiful towers. They are really something up there. It's a grand bridge, and once in a great while you actually even get a look at a car actually going over you on the top section. So the views, you get up there on a beautiful day, and I mean, this was October, the boats were out, people were having a great time, it was a beautiful day, you really can't beat it. And then as you start getting onto the Manhattan side, you see FDR Drive and all of that below you. And if you look through that bridge, you can see them right below you. Now this bridge, like I said, is 6,855 feet long. That is from end to end, not just over the river. It is 135 feet above the river. It is not a numbered road or anything. It is a connector bridge. There is no toll for this bridge. You do have to pay the congestion fee when going into Manhattan, but if you're going from Manhattan to Brooklyn, free, folks. Probably the only free bridge I know of. Then on the other side here, you're still getting these amazing views. You're coming in over Chinatown and it's graffiti. You can still see the Brooklyn Bridge out there. It is a beautiful, beautiful place. You can get on the other side to Brooklyn where you're accessible to the bridge on the orange train. I took the F train, to be fair. It stops over there. And when you come down on the Manhattan side, you're walking down into the Bowery area of Chinatown, and just up the street there you can catch an orange train at Grand Avenue. So there's your subway access. As you can see, it's just a wonderful walk, and when you come down on the other side, I know you're still looking at graffiti, but it's actually very, very cool. And you have this elaborate entrance. Once again, this is a grand old bridge. It is one of New York's very, very finest. Now, I mentioned before that in Brooklyn you can see the Brooklyn Bridge from Manhattan Bridge from Brooklyn Bridge. You see here on the map why. They're very close together over there, and then they sprawl out going into Manhattan. Great, great walks to take. If you don't want to walk, though, my favorite is the Inn. It is my favorite subway, I think, and I was coming back from Coney Island one night when I took this video of sunset. It's a view you don't get on most subways, folks, and from the N or the Q, you're gonna get this beautiful view of South Manhattan and the Brooklyn Bridge. That day it was at sunset. If you want to see the views of Brooklyn, Central and Northern Manhattan, and the other bridges up the other river, just take the B or the D subway. And thank you for joining me today on Adventures for Anyone. Hi, I'm Terry. Thank you for joining me today on Adventures for Anyone, and join me again in the future, and like and subscribe if you like what you see here. And I can teach you where to go in the Northeast, how to have fun, and how to travel the way I do, which is as a budget traveler. Thank you again. Have a great day.